Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, who am I really? Not the version of you that smiles politely at work, not the version of you that tries to keep the peace with family, not the version of you shaped by other people's opinions. I mean, the you that exists when nobody's watching. The truth is, most of us never meet that person, because from the moment we're born, our identity is being rewritten, piece by piece, by the world around us. Carl Jung once warned, the greatest tragedy of the human soul is to live under a mask so long that we forget who we are underneath. And today, we're going to explore exactly how that happens, why so many of us feel lost or misunderstood, and most importantly, how you can begin reclaiming the parts of yourself that were stolen. Stay with me until the end of this video, because once you see this truth, you can never unsee it. From childhood, we're like clay, soft, impressionable, waiting to be molded. And the world wastes no time. Your parents told you who you were. Teachers decided what you were capable of. Friends reinforced which version of you they wanted to see. Each expectation, each label, each judgment left fingerprints on your soul. Maybe you were called the shy one, or the smart one, or the difficult one. And at first, you resisted. You knew there was more inside you, but over time, you began to wear those labels like skin. That's how identity theft begins, not with violence, but with whispers. And soon, the true self, the messy, complicated, beautiful self, gets buried beneath the masks we wear to survive. Carl Jung believed that everything we repress, the feelings we're told are wrong, the dreams that feel too unrealistic, the anger we're shamed for, doesn't disappear. It hides. It slips into what he called the shadow. And here's the danger. When you bury parts of yourself to please the world, they don't vanish. They wait. That unexplained sadness, that sudden burst of anger, that emptiness you can't describe, that's the shadow, trying to remind you that you've abandoned parts of yourself. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it gets. Jung warned us, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Think about that for a moment. How much of your life, your career, your relationships, even your dreams, has been chosen by you, and how much has been chosen by the masks you were forced to wear? Now, here's the cruelest part. Society rewards the mask. Be agreeable, be productive, be what others want you to be, and you'll be accepted. You'll get the promotion. You'll avoid conflict. You'll fit in. But deep inside, a quiet voice whispers, "This isn't me." That's why so many people feel a gnawing emptiness, even when their life looks successful. Because the false self may win applause, but it can never bring peace. Eventually, something cracks. It might be burnout, a breakup, a panic attack at 3 a.m. that you can't explain. Or maybe it's just that haunting question you can't silence anymore. Why do I feel so unseen, even when I'm surrounded by people? That's the moment Jung described as the beginning of individuation, the painful but necessary journey of meeting the self you abandoned. And it starts with courage. The courage to ask, which parts of me are real, and which parts were scripted by someone else? So, how do we return? Notice the masks. Every time you laugh at a joke you don't find funny, every time you stay silent when your soul wants to speak, that's a mask. Awareness is the first step. Listen to your shadow, the emotions you avoid, anger, jealousy, fear, carry messages. They reveal where you've been silenced or ignored yourself. Revisit your forgotten desires. What did you love as a child before the world told you who to be? Those forgotten passions are breadcrumbs leading back to your core. Allow yourself to be misunderstood. Not everyone will understand the real you. That's okay. Being authentic isn't about being liked. It's about being free. I'll be honest with you. This journey is not easy. You will disappoint people. You will question yourself. You will face the uncomfortable truth of how much you've given away just to belong. But on the other side is something worth more than approval, more than applause. It's you. Raw, unfiltered, whole. And once you meet that version of yourself, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. If this message resonated with you, don't let it end here. Take a moment today, right after this video, to write down one mask you're ready to take off. Just one. Because the journey back to yourself doesn't begin with a leap. It begins with a step. And if you want more of these reminders, more truths that cut through the noise, make sure you subscribe and join me here. Because together, we're not just consuming ideas, we're waking up